I spend a lot more time on YouTube than I should. Sometimes I'll get on just to look something specific thing up, and then eventually I end up going down the rabbit hole. It's been hours. I've been watching sports highlights, police body cam footage, political commentary, and health and fitness. A couple years ago, I did a video where I talked about some of my favorite YouTube channels. So in today's video, I'm going to be updating the 10 YouTube health and fitness channels that I watch the most. I'm going to be ranking these in order of how popular they are by how many subscribers they've got, not so much by which ones I like the most. Anyway, you'll probably recognize some of these. If I missed some, I'd love to hear in the comments after, but let's see how many of these guys you'd recognize. Okay, the first one's the big dog, Jeff Cavaliere of Athlean-X. He's been on YouTube quite a while. He's got over 14 million subscribers. He's a physical therapist and a personal trainer. He puts a lot of emphasis on things like exercise programming, proper technique and form, rehabbing injuries, things like that. A lot of good information, and if you watch his channel enough, sometimes you might be able to catch him with his shirt on. Anyway, I've learned a lot of good stuff from his channel over the years. Next is Jeff Nippert. Jeff is a mild-mannered bodybuilder who puts a lot of emphasis on science.
Because I only believe in science.
His videos are very scholarly and insightful. He's a good teacher, and I'm glad I can refer to his knowledge instead of me having to read scientific studies and papers, because that ain't ever going to happen. Next up is Jeremy Ethier, and I'm not even sure if that's how you say his last name, but I came across his channel a little over 2 years ago. He's got a lot of really good videos and a lot of good information. Similar to Jeff Nippert, he also frequently backs up his work with studies and data, unlike many of the bro science influencers you might come across. Next up is Jesse James West. He's got a very entertaining channel, a very charismatic guy. He's got great production value to his videos. He's kind of like the Mr. Beast of fitness. He's always doing challenges and entertaining topics. He also frequently collaborates with a lot of celebrities and other fitness influencers, but he's got a pretty fun channel. Next is Will Tennyson. He's only had his channel for about 5 years, but he's already got 3.5 million followers. Will's very similar to the prior channel because he's very entertaining. He's got lots of fun ideas and topics and always doing challenges. He's got a funny and subtle sense of humor. He comes across as very genuine and authentic, and he's also got great production value on all his videos. Next up is Dr. Mike Israetel of Renaissance Periodization. He's a PhD and a bodybuilder, and he breaks the stereotype that muscle guys are just dumb dudes.
I lift things up and put them down.
He's gained a lot of popularity over the internet over the last several years. One of the things he does that I like the most is when he critiques celebrities or movie stars' fitness plans as they're getting ready for movie roles and the advice they give. He's very funny, very intelligent. You have to navigate a little bit between some language and innuendo, but he's got a very entertaining channel. Next up is Greg Doucette. Coach Greg has had a channel up for over 17 years. He's an accomplished bodybuilder and athlete, but I don't watch him nearly as much as I used to. When I first started watching him, it was fun to watch some of his videos where he would expose fake natties, things like that. But over time, I've just seen so much drama on his channel. He's always got a beef with another coach or influencer or athlete or someone. Sometimes it feels like you're watching a soap opera. I'm also not a huge fan of how he's always promoting his cookbook and his supplements, but still a lot of good stuff on this channel. Next up is Derek with More Plates, More Dates. Derek is incredibly knowledgeable. He's an expert when it comes to performance-enhancing substances and their impact on athletes in the bodybuilding community. So I'm sure his channel and insights appeal to a lot more guys that are on the juice. He's the guy that helped expose the Liver King. He's got a lot of great information. His videos, though, are mostly him just talking to the camera for 30, 40 minutes. Very knowledgeable, but not super exciting when it comes to backgrounds and production value, which gives me hope that you can just have a lame background and still be successful on YouTube. Okay, number 9 is Sean Nelwan. I think that's how he pronounces his name. Anyway, I'm a big fan of him because of his no BS approach. He's good at teaching basics and explaining concepts. He doesn't use clickbait, and I always enjoy seeing him call out deceptive and dangerous fitness influencers. I appreciate his common sense approach, and when I see people like that, it just makes me want to trust what they're saying. And finally, at number 10, I've got Josh Brett, who's a newcomer to the scene, but he does some great work. His videos have a more serious tone. They're well thought out, and he uses an expose or short documentary format. He gives great advice to the masses, but especially to younger people who are caught up in social media and marketing and worrying what other people think and their physique. So I think he's got a lot of great common sense stuff that he exposes and shares on his channel. I really like the warnings and advice in his videos. I think it's really well thought out. Okay, then obviously as a bonus, I forgot to mention Your Fitness Quest. This is a channel of a guy who's been a personal trainer for over 25 years. He's a 56-year-old and he's an absolute unit, but he doesn't ever take off his shirt in his videos because he doesn't want to shame some of these prior guys I shared with you in this video. His channel focuses on a variety of health and fitness topics, sports commentary, mostly basketball, and a lot of common sense wellness advice. So you should give him a follow if you haven't yet.
Don't encourage him.
But seriously, if you're concerned about staying active and healthy as you age and you don't want to just throw in the towel because you're getting older, then we're in the same boat. Join me next week for another video, and don't forget to put in some comments which of these guys you like the most. If there's any I missed on the list that you think are great fitness channels on YouTube, I'd love to hear from you.
Push the button.
Do it.